Remember in my previous video I showed you a pair of pliers with some sort of a groove on the inside of their jaws, and I told you that I was going to use a carbide or a corundum wheel to make little grooves in it right near the tip. That's for gripping the claws. Well, this is what I will be using: a little getting mixed up, a corundum wheel, and I hold it very securely in my fingers. That is all I need to do, and you can see it right here now, how it is. It's a little serrated edge on both sides of the claws, of the jaws, for the claws. Now when I apply pressure from the pliers to the claw, the pliers won't slip off and endanger the metal. I even had modified twice this pair of pliers. These are getting worn down. I'll just touch them up a bit more. And all my pliers are made like this. There you go. I've modified it twice. From this pair of pliers, I've modified it. You can see it now. It looks a bit thinner. I made it thinner. I got a small indentation on the outside of the there you go. I hope you can see it. I made it from a thick to made it very thin, and I've modified the inside of the jaws of the pliers. There you go. You can see it better now with the light. Well, there's a little minor little serration of the metal. And does it work? You betcha it does. I tell all my students about this, and they just, oh my goodness, it's fantastic. Compare that pair of pliers to these little feeble looking things. Smooth, and I wouldn't use it for anything major. Not when I'm setting princess or round brilliant cut stones. Now I told you there was one claw that could be not sitting correctly. I got my saw blade. It's a 4/0 saw blade. Now for this demonstration, I'll pull back one claw. Let us assume that one of the claws is not sitting properly, and I'm going to get my saw blade. I'll line up the saw blade on the stone, and I cut right into the claw. I'm making this saw blade as a mini file. So what I'm going to do now is realign the top part of the claw to the stone. Because I want full security. I want that claw to hold the stone, and I don't want any space underneath it. Everybody says, why are you going to set a stone with a 4/0 saw blade? Yes, I do. And here's how I do it. And say, oh my God, it works. Yeah. On a close examination, you'll notice that there is no space at all of the metal to the stone. So the metal is sitting right on the crown and star facets of the stone, and it looks pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to be doing now is starting to do the filing. I'm going to be using a pillar file, pillar file number 1. I'm going to file the sides of the claw all the way around. I don't want these big mountains of metal over the stone. I'm going to file it, make them thinner in width. Now it looking a bit better. If I want to switch to a number 0 file, we'll do that at this moment. You can see the file resting against my thumb as a tool rest. And if that stone, if the file is hitting the stone, I won't worry, because the stone is hard. Now, for the inside, I'm going to use a triangular file inside of the claw, holding my finger in this configuration. I'm going to file the inside of the claw as it's touching the stone. Not too sure if you could see that, but I have made a little file cut on the inside of the claw. Do this with a number 3 triangular file or number 4. I prefer number 4. It gives me a nice, clean, right cut. And remember, the finger is on the flat, so therefore you were getting a nice 60, I think it's a